Back a touch here. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's see. I wonder. I don't know. We'll just use Photoshop. It's fine. All right. Close it. And let's see. Make sure my pen is okay. Cool. My pen is working. That's good. Not sure. Let's see. Really not sure what I want to do. Checks. Sounds okay, so I don't really know. Whatever. So let's do pop out chat. Pop this over here, back on this, then bring that back out here. So we've got a couple set up now. Okay, that's not too bad. There we go. So, I don't know what I'm doing today because I don't have something that I'm working on right now. So, I don't know. If I actually get someone on here, I could take some suggestions, requests. But I guess I'll start with some like quick gesture stuff. Oh, that one's kind of cool. Let's do that one. So jump over here. So it's weird. He's twisted pretty hard. So we're just doing a quick gesture warm-up kind of thing here. Let's see. So he's got this arm that's going out this way. And then this leg here. Man, that is really bad. Let's look at it real quick. Shrink this down. Move it over here. Go back to this, and we're going to shrink this a little bit. So, okay, so we've got this set up here. Got his back kind of back. And then we've got, so this leg. Yeah, there we go. That's making it a little bit better. That whole arm needs to kind of come out more. So let's cut that off. Nothing is too precious at this juncture. Okay, so kill that a little bit. And we've got this one that's coming out behind the leg. His hand is like right there. Okay, so let's just erase this bit here. And put in a little bit more effort in this area. There. So that's one. It was a pretty quick gesture. It's not too bad. We have room to fit a couple more, I think, on this layer before I go with something else. I mean, that's kind of a neat one. Yeah, we could try that one. So the fun thing with like warming up with this kind of stuff is it helps you loosen up. It's nice for stuff like that. And so we've got his head is right there. And we've got, so let's move that out a little bit more there. Something like that. We got some creases going. And here we have that arm. And it's kind of meeting and receding to the other arm, which you cannot see because it's taken perfectly side profile. At least for the arms it is. So yeah, let's got that. His back is kind of like, his back is really strained in that pose. And then we've got this front leg. It's going right there. That back leg. So a little bit more flat and so let's real quick, let's lasso this one, shrink it down a touch. Kind of same as the other one there. Back to my brush. And we've got this, there we go. That one is kind of just whoop, right there. And that like bicep kind of covers that arm. We can kind of ditch that little spot there that overlaps. All right, I think they're looking pretty good. That one's kind of fun. Okay. Again, if you have requests, I will take those today because I don't have anything to work on. Right now I'm just going through and doing some quick gestures on some like stock photos and stuff. Practicing a little bit. That one's kind of cool. Looking for kind of dynamic pose stuff. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that one. It's a little bit more of a crazy pose, so let's try that. So his head is like down here. It's kind of doing this. So then we've got his back is almost straight until it hits there, and then we've got okay, so we've got hips like right there. Okay, so we've got that comes out. So it's like chest is like ribs and right about there probably. Got that. I've got these biceps. All right, getting. So let's see this leg. So let's lasso this, shrink it down, keep working. Whoop. I think that's probably enough room to get it in there. All right, so we've got that. It's going like straight up. It's probably fine right where it is. Okay. So that foot actually turns. Let's see. I'm trying to do these fairly quickly. Something like that. Sorry. So this like that. So let's see. So yeah, this actually has to come up higher. There, something like that. And definitely needs to kind of get a little bit more proportionate here. I think that's probably a little bit closer. I think that's probably one of the best parts about working digitally is I can just adjust it like that real quick. So it looks more accurate. So this does need to still come up a little bit, looks like. There we go. Just erase that out. Yeah, that's a little bit more accurate, I think. And then that other arm is right back there. So that's another quick little gesture warm up there. So let's actually, we're gonna bring that down a little bit. We got some. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we can lasso this whole thing, and shrink it down to match the other ones a little bit. I like those. I think those are cool. Put them in the center, I guess. We can pop over to another layer. Start working on another one. Don't do that. I think I need a new mouse. It's been acting up. And I switched the batteries out too, so it's not batteries. I need to try my old mouse and see if it's having the same problems. So I am taking requests if anyone has those. Just doing some warm-up gesture stuff, finding some pose pictures. It's kind of interesting that they run out of real life poses so quickly in this Google search here. Ah, come on. Yeah, I don't know what it is with this mouse right now. But it is having some serious problems. I don't understand why. And it's not all the time, just enough to be a problem. All right. So then we got got that. She's very kind of spread out. So then this side is almost straight. There's a slight curve to it, but this side it kind of hits that and bends. So then we got that, got this. That foot is really bent that way. Wow. So this one got. So, and definitely it's nice to have a reference when working with foreshortening, which is what this bit right here is. So, references are your friends. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, so we got that, and then this kind of does that. Your hand is kind of out flat. And her arms look so long in this image here. I mean, in it should. She has them very outstretched. Like that. I think this leg needs to be higher. A little bit wider. So we're getting into a little bit more sustained gesture drawing at this point, as opposed to a gesture. There is a difference, giving it a little bit more detail. Like there. Alright, so let's just lasso that and shrink her down. Put her right there. Okay. And let's find another one. I really don't understand why my mouse is being this way. All right, let's do this jumping thing here. Let's see, so just got that going on. So this one's kind of an interesting one. The hand is more interesting than anything else. Real quick, let's just slide you over. And let's move it up a touch. There we go. So let's see, we've got something like that for that arm. We've got, so that actually is coming down. And so we've got something like that. We've got all right. And let's see. So I've got that. So let's actually, this has to kind of come out a little bit more. There we go. And then, so that kind of comes out there. And let's see. So something like that, and then we have so that would be kind of like right there. All right, something like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, no, don't do that. Dang it. All right. So let's just do that right there. All right. Real quick, I need to talk screen. There we go. All right. Let's see. Also, I haven't checked that. Okay. So I feel like we'll do one more warm up and then we'll kind of try and figure something out. That one's kind of interesting. Let's try and figure this one out. So let's see what we've got. The head is like right there. We've got, this one is really interesting because it's foreshortened quite a bit, and it's a very strange kind of angle. You get almost no neck. It's almost entirely, let's see, almost entirely body. So this one's kind of an interesting setup. It's a lot of this one's going to be really hard to make look real because it just looks so awkward. Okay, and we've got this here. So that arm actually needs to be longer. And see. It's going to be really hard to, oops. This one is not going to be an easy one to like work through. So we're just gonna keep going at it. We'll see where we end up. This needs to come over, and that foot is like right there on that tippy toe. That arm. Okay, so let's just ignore what I'm seeing on my end and just make this. Okay, so first off, this arm is not long enough. So let's get that issue sorted out. I got the hand. See, this arm definitely not long enough. Let's see, so we've got, yes, this starts right about there. And again, this is kind of like a weird. And art is a lot of redoing stuff that you thought you had correct, but you didn't. So let's bump that head up a little bit more. Got that. And it's not always going to look right, even when you do it right, because that'd be way too easy. If everything looked correct, even like when you did it correctly, sometimes things just don't translate, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. These are things you learn, and you try and figure out a different way to get it across. So that one was way harder than I anticipated it being, and it didn't come out very well, but it's a lesson. So I'm still happy with it. It didn't come out how it should, but it's a really helpful lesson. And this right here, like this back little triangle piece that everyone has, it's very easy to find in this one, just because of the pose that she's in. It's really accentuating that triangle, that back triangle. But you know, it is what it is. All right, so now I just need to figure out what I'm going to be doing. I might use this pose in the middle here. I kind of like that. And start a piece from there. Because it kind of looks like a dude pulling something out of the ground. Maybe like a King Arthur pulling the sword from the stone. Maybe. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that. Just lasso King Arthur. And we'll make some art out of Arthur. Nope, don't do that. Go away. Okay. So let's just, oh, no, oh, okay. Kill that, there we go. All right. Slide this over here, grab that, there we go. All right. So now, where is my, there we go. Oh. I really don't understand what is happening with my thing, my mouse. Like, I don't know if it's my computer or if it's the actual mouse. I don't know. So let's start with this. I really want this to be kind of dynamic, so I'm gonna boost the size of him. I kind of like having the feet in the image. Could be more dramatic. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. So the feet are gonna be out of frame, especially since they're not on the same level. All right, so we've got that set. I dig that. I'm gonna try and make this like a rainy kind of set up. Okay, so let's see. We've got so it's not too bad. Give it a couple planes to work from. Something kind of like this. Kind of put that sword like right there. Now, I think what I want is like it's virtually out of the stone. It's virtually out of the stone, but it's not. Because I feel like that's a very like triumphant moment. So let's push this in. So he's gotten it virtually out. He's still straining against it, but it's almost out of that stone. And that would definitely be not like a straight setup. Maybe the stone is just cracking at this point because he's pulled this sword out and the magic is kind of releasing. He's the chosen one. I envision this to be like an overcast, rainy situation. Very dramatic, magical kind of setup. Okay, so we've got general sword situated, got him kind of set up. He's really straining against that. We're gonna have like some beam of light in the middle of this kind of storm busting through as he opens it, and this the stone starts to crack because the magic is releasing, and it's the end of this like search for the one true king kind of situation. I don't know. So that's the idea here. I need to kind of, I don't know, work out a background, but I don't love backgrounds. Backgrounds are my, like the bane of my existence. So I mean, it's basically I would just, let's hit this real quick and go underneath. Whoa. That is new. Probably because I chose 32-bit color. That is interesting. And it kind of gives you, okay, that is super cool. Anyway. I want, let's go blue. I need to like adjust the colors on that. I don't like, it's nice, but I don't like to have that 32-bit thing going. So real quick, let's cancel image. Mode 16. Don't merge. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now let's try and figure out the color for this. Okay, I don't remember what I was doing. brush. Okay, I don't know. And I totally just spaced on there. There we go. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna do blue, dark. Okay. Something like that. Okay. And then we're going to push that up. So it's going to be like this dark blue. It's very ominous like. Hit that. This. There we go. And then I want like this. Kind of like dark greenish and this dark brownish gray setup. Something kind of like that. And we'll give it like an atmosphere kind of feel to the back too, but for right now, let's go up one and we'll hit the rock with like this kind of thing. Lighten it. We'll kind of, I don't know, hit the edge of that. Something kind of like that. We'll kind of lightly do this one. Lightly do this one. Those will be darker. Okay. Something in that kind of feel. Yeah. Something like that. All right. So let's see, I want, yes, something kind of in this area. And we're gonna just keep layering these things on. Oops. There we go. Kind of eerie look, I guess, like a mist, a magical mist kind of setup. And then also we're gonna have to have the clouds. We're gonna Something like that. And we'll kind of adjust that a little bit more later. Right now this is very sketch stages for this piece. We'll add some like depth to those clouds. So right now we've got our kind of environment sketched. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm not going to say it's amazing, but it's looking pretty good so far. All right, so yeah, let's hit that right there. All right, so that is the atmosphere layer as well. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. I might have to like throw in like a mountain range in this one. So real quick, actually, let's jump to a lasso tool on this layer. Let's just kind of let's look out. Let's do okay. I don't want the lasso tool. Give me the polygonal lasso tool. Actually, undo that. There we go. There. All right. So let's see. Then I can always just kind of adjust this. Whatever. So let's just put that like that. That's not terrible. Then let's grab that. And I'll just bust out my brush. And we'll just kind of something to kind of put in the back there. Focus on the ones that are a little bit more real looking. Okay, so lasso, pop that. One thing I hate about the polygonal lasso tool. Go away. Okay, no. Okay. That's why I like the lasso tool. All right. So let's pop that layer off real quick, and then I'm going to grab that dark blue, pop that layer back on. We're just going to ditch that one because that is not at all what I'm looking to do. There we go. We're just going to go through and we're going to kind of fix some of this. And just kind of going over it a little bit, give it a little depth as well to these mountains, like that already. Like, not only am I kind of hiding the mountains, I can also kind of adjust their shape and give them a little depth as well. And I'm not too worried about that as of now. I think it looks pretty well done as far as that's concerned. I'm not worried about it. So let's see, we've got our top layer here. So let's see. So I think, let's see, I want start off with, let's do layer above that, maybe. Yeah, maybe I'll do this way. So we're just kind of block this out as best as I can describe this. Okay. So those are like on the front side. This back, I want to kind of adjust that color for that area. Drop that down, darken it, because it is behind his arm there. All right. Let's go to that, and we're going to kind of push it back up like that. So we can even darken that a touch more and put that for that leg there. So we're just kind of setting this up. And again, in the actual reference, there is no other arm. You don't see it because it's just taken from that right angle there, just perfectly behind the other arm. So we're working on this. Let's see. Let's grab that color there. We're going to, oh, not erase, I need to draw it in. There we go. So now I'm just going through. We're going to kind of give all of these their own little treatment. Just shrink that down a touch. And again, I'm going to like put cracks in this and all of that, but right now we're just going through and blocking out the shapes. Let's give that one this color here. Do that. Undo that one. We'll give it a brighter for that little shot there. Let's go. So where those meet kind of needs to darken a little bit. So let's darken that a touch. On that side here is going to be this color, this shade of grayish brown. All right, so we've got that rock kind of set up. Got different shading for different sides. I think it looks pretty good. So now let's grab that. Let's make that sword this dark gray for now. Kind of separate it from this rock. So shrink this a touch, and we're going to kind of start to taper this. Okay, so I don't like that. I think it needs to come down farther. Yeah. Something a little bit more like that. So then cut it right about there. Yeah. Something like that. There we go. Okay, so we'll make this guard. And the handle. And I'll put like a pommel on the end of it, but for right now, this is where we're at. That's not too bad. I think we're doing really, really well. So need to figure out what he's going to be wearing, but it's not going to be straight up armor. Hey, thank you very much, Geo. I appreciate that. Well, oh, thank you. Man. Ice cream, diamonds, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I really don't know what I want him to be wearing, because I don't want him to be like in a full suit of armor kind of situation, because I don't like that. But I feel like he should maybe be wearing, no, because I'll worry about that later. It's not that important at this moment. So we've got this kind of sketch flats put in, some planar shapes and whatnot to kind of show me where everything is. We take away our like actual sketch line-ish layer. Kind of see that. Give that, yeah, I kind of like how that makes it look like it's got a burst of light coming off of it. It's kind of neat. Yeah, I don't know what I want him to be wearing, and that's kind of. I'll maybe do some research or something and try and figure that out. But so we've got this general like plain work put in, which is quite a bit different than I normally work. I normally do line work and then just fill stuff, but I kind of like this idea where we're going to work more paint like on this one, especially since it's kind of like a classic literature situation, so it being done in that style is appropriate, I feel. So let's just kind of further define this edge. Like so. I think that's very close. All right, so we got that. Oops, forgot the. No, not you. Cancel. Brush. There we go. Whoops. Sometimes these things happen. Okay, so bring that edge out to like there. Bring this down. We want to give it a little bit more. Something kind of like that. Maybe give it a touch. That edge. Show that edge a little bit better. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so then up here, we gotta bring that down a little bit. All right, we're looking pretty good. Pretty good. And then I think kind of bring that down like that. So we have that separation there. All right, and real quick, let's bring this. Bring this down better. Kind of ditch that a little bit. Something kind of like that, I think. All right, let's see. So that's going well. I think I'll do the cracks on a new layer. I feel like it needs to be done on a separate layer for, you know, reasons. Okay, so let's hit stuff like that. It's kind of like that seems pretty, I don't know, arbitrary-ish, but let's grab that color again. And we'll grab that color again. And that color. So it's kind of like that. And I mean, like this is kind of starting to crack open. So there. Okay, and then since it is on a new layer, we can kind of adjust the edges of this to kind of give it a little bit better look. A little bit more crack-like. All right. I'll kind of go in and also like highlight edges of them, because that would be something that would be happening, is like the edge would be highlighted, dark spots, stuff like that. First we're going to go through and we're going to do this. Something. All right, so we got that kind of set up pretty much. I want to push that to that side, like so. So it almost looks more like, I don't know, almost like tentacle-ish, which kind of not the look we're going for. But I think once I add the highlight kind of situation, we should be fixing that. Might have to make it a little bit brighter than it is there, so let's bump that a touch, just because it is on that layer of pretty bright already. So on some of these we're gonna have to bump it up. Kind of. Alright, so hit that, like so, and that's set on this one. Not entirely sure. That's not too bad though. Kind of like that. Gives it that, definitely gives it that look like it's raised right there, which is what I'm looking for. So let's do that. Let's push that Yeah, we're getting somewhere. I know it's kind of an early situation to be dealing with detail like that. But it is kind of important to get this to look and feel right. Something like that. Not perfect, but it's getting a start on this for sure. Push that way. And real quick, get that heavy white. So I think it's working fairly well with what I've got going. So let's hit that real quick. So I think it's kind of looking right, but again, this is early. 12-14. Work on this for a little bit more. I'm really not sure. Just really not sure. Let's hit this and give this. I don't know what kind of. Yeah, I guess we'll just do the classic bright setup. Just blast it with this like bright. No. Okay. Something like that. Back it off. Soft light, maybe soft light. I might just go in and kind of erase it back, see where we're at there. Leave it normal for now and hide it. Okay, so nope. Okay, back to this there. Okay, so just kind of working out shadows and such. Shrink this down. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Trying to figure out like stuff be lit probably. Obviously like that leg would be kind of lit up. Don't want to do it too bright. Something kind of like that. And let's do this. That would be definitely something kind of like that. Kind of hit this. I want to keep that separated a little bit though, so we're going to do that. All right, so we've got kind of the lighting on him kind of set up. I mean, honestly, it'd be bouncing off of all of this stuff too, though, which is going to be a whole nother problem. Actually, let's grab color there and bring it up there. I feel like we're like really slowly giving life to this piece, which is exciting. So I do need so we've got that like that. Okay. And I feel like even though his other arm isn't there, should be represented. Something kind of like that. No. Let's back that up. I might just copy that arm and paste it behind it, but it's a tough one because in the original reference it was not there. So let's give this an opacity a quick of 40. There really isn't like a good place to like adjust that. I don't know. Maybe like right there. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we've got this kind of set up in the way I think it should be. This layer here. I'm just gonna kind of extend that out there and push that up there. All right, so got started on King Arthur's there. Oop. Hey. That needs to stop doing that. Boom. Okay, so we're saving that. Anyway. I think that's a really solid start for sure. It's all very sketchy, but at the same time, it's awesome. Let's put that on soft light. Nope, not that one. Normal for that one. Soft light for this one. That's not too bad. We'll see how I want to do that later. Yeah. But I mean, it's a really good start. I think it looks pretty good. Go in here and there. Bump this up a touch. We're gonna just kind of push a little bit on this, especially like over towards this end. Let's kind of push that on. Probably boost that up a little bit size-wise. Get what I'm trying to go for here. All right, so let's see. And then I can definitely like go in and push these back with the base color. As well. And I'm also going to go darker in some areas. It's not going to be, this isn't going to be the darkest color. So let's see, yeah. And I might just kind of scrap it later. But as of right now, I think it's looking pretty good. Give a little bit of depth to some of this. Something kind of like that. I don't know. Might have been more effective to erase back some of this as opposed to, yeah, it might be a better approach. Let's see how far. Definitely not far enough back, but it's a good step back. So let's bust this open. Let's just kind of give it that old color back from the original clouds on the dark areas. Definitely want to keep the light areas that color, but the darker ones can go back, and then I'll erase to get a darker underside of things. I think that'll be a lot better and it'll look more correct, I feel like, as well. Look more natural. Because it'll have that sky color tinted with it, so it'll look a little bit more realistic, I think. Just kind of hit these things where I want to, bring those back, those edges back, and then we'll just erase it out. All right, let's see. Let's bump that up a little bit, actually. Yeah, I think that's a slightly better way to work, is erasing it back as opposed to adding color on top of it. And it also kind of gives depth to those light areas as well when we're erasing those. And I mean, if you pick the right color to like paint on top, it's totally different. But like I was just going on a darker version of the color I already had. So it was kind of a lazy way to try and make it darker instead of adding kind of more blue like I should. And this kind of helps me just do that. Whoops. Yeah, that's a, oh man. Yeah, whatever. We'll deal with it. Kind of got rid of some of my atmospheric stuff there. Was not intending to do that, and that bugs me. All right. So, I mean, it's not super awesome, but it's a step in the right kind of direction. I wish it was a little bit better, honestly. But if I keep working at it, should kind of fix the problem. Bump that up and just kind of hit it over everything. Let's see. Real quick, we're just gonna try and all right. Yeah. Hmm. No, that's got to be on normal. Super weird. All right. All right. I think what I really need to do is find some like storm cloud pictures, and we'll just kind of scrap that later, I think. Start from scratch on the background there. Maybe find pictures of mountains too. I don't know. That's why they're all on separate layers, so I can just kind of decide to fix them or not. All right. There we go. All right. Oh, thank you to everyone who stopped in and checked out what I was working on. I appreciate that. If you want to see progress on stuff I'm doing and all the stuff that I do off camera and whatnot, my links are down here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Instagram, Twitter below that, my Facebook page over there underneath my YouTube. And you can watch all these videos if you feel like it on my YouTube channel. All my live videos are stored there, and I go live on there too. Tell your friends if they like art, they want to chat with someone who's just kind of working on art and whatnot. I'm here Mondays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Pacific time till about now or a little earlier, depends. I really appreciate everyone stopping in. I really appreciate you, Gio, for giving me a diamond and some ice cream on D Live over there. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Always appreciated and never expected. So I thank you very, very much. Yeah. Follow me on my social media there. I do alert when I'm going live around 30 minutes before on my Instagram, my Twitter. So check that out. There are links on my pinned tweet and on my bio to get to here. I guess wherever you are, there's a link there, or you can just search Zann20 on whatever streaming platform you prefer, because I'm on 5 plus Facebook Live for my friends and family, because it costs money to go live from my actual Facebook art page, and I don't have that. So, yeah, I appreciate that. Please, if you can, go follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter. You get updates on the stuff I'm working on. You'll also get alerted when I go live if you check my stuff. Yeah, much appreciated. Thank you so much for stopping in, and I hope to see you guys again next time, which will be on Monday. So until then, I'll see you later.